Shalom, 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 and welcome back to another episode here at Israelite Talk TV, one of the number one platforms where what? That's right, where you don't get no now family. Okay, that's right. You see the title. Okay, today we're going to be talking about the FBG duck case. We know it just wrapped up the other day. I was going to go live the night that the verdict came in. But I decided to wait until after a lot of the bloggers, a lot of these different platforms spoke on the verdict on this case in order to come on here and to prove a point. Okay. So this is not going to be a real long live. We're just going to touch on a few points and then we're going to get up out of here. What I'm going to be talking about today is I'm going to be explaining it to you guys and showing you why the Oblock 6 was found guilty. Okay. I'm going to be explaining to you how they're going to get up out of this particular case, because of course we know that they're going to be sentenced to life when they go to sentencing in August. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you how they're going to get up out of this case. Okay, and then I want to ask a question and shine some light on the fact of, did Duck really get justice, and what it is that we can actually learn from what just happened with this particular case, and then also what happened is in regards to the court proceedings and people going to jail, and now these brothers getting ready to go sit down and go do life. Okay. Now make sure you guys share this video. Okay, hit the like button when you guys come in so that the real videos can get to the top. Okay, and one of the reasons why I waited, just so you guys know, before I spoke on the FBG duck verdict, is that we got these bloggers out here, right? And let me say this video that I'm doing today is not for suburban America. Okay, it is strictly for the real, you know what I'm saying? Because these are the people that are holding true to the things that they believe. And I don't want to see people up the road that's real, that's loyal, like we see in this case with the Oblock 6, get caught up in situations like this, thinking that people in the streets are real. And then you got to go sit down and do the rest of your life in jail because the people that you're dealing with are not solid. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect this stuff. Like a lot of these bloggers are coming out and saying, oh, well, Mama Duck got justice and this and that. Let me say this about Mama Duck. Okay. Whenever it comes down to mothers, okay, she's not exempt. And I'm going to speak on my mother, right? If you talk to my mother right now, she's going to tell you, I'm the best son in the world. I'm this, I'm that. Okay. Those of you that's in the streets that done dirt before, that's doing dirt, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's been times I tell my mama, like, hey, mom, stop doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people know me out here. They know I ain't that. You know what I'm saying? So the point I'm saying is that the mothers are okay. Why ain't these bloggers, these same bloggers that's coming out and saying that the old block people, these guys are stupid, they shouldn't have did this and that? These are coming from people. Listen to the people that's saying this stuff. These people ain't never been in beats before. They never had to fight for their life and nothing like this before. They don't understand the concept of when you in war, it don't matter where you get caught at. Okay. There's people that have been killed right in front of Cook County where there's heavy police presence. I would say that that's more wild than downtown. You know what I'm saying? Because if you shoot and kill somebody downtown, you got to understand, yes, police and stuff down in the area and stuff like that. But you kill somebody in Cook County. I mean, you got all the guys out there. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear people saying that they were stupid, they don't. These are people that's never been in wars and stuff before and know nothing about. I'm trying to get my man, Big Jook, which is a big subject right now down in Memphis. He got killed at a funeral at a repast. So why ain't these bloggers saying the same thing about Big Jook in the Big Jook case? Let's speak about it. Why don't they have the same? Why do they have a change of heart? These same bloggers that saying they should have never did that. That's stupid. They didn't. Why ain't they saying that now about Big Jook? Because to do that, you would have to implement certain people, and they don't want to do that because in their minds, they just doing what they doing for clicks. These people are not 100. They not that. Go look at their body of work. They videos and stuff out. Why don't they got the same heart with Big Jook that they got with FBG Duck? They you see how these niggas keep flip flopping and shit. On this case, these guys shouldn't have did that. They're wrong in this and that. On this case, oh, Big Jook stupid. He shouldn't have went down there. He should. Why ain't it the same heart? Oh, why'd they kill Big Jook down there? He shouldn't have did that. Why ain't they cracking the case and doing all this stuff like they did in the FBG Duck case? See, to the real, this is why I got to speak on this shit because the people out there that's real, today it's the Oblock 6. Tomorrow it'll be you. They gonna do the same thing. They gonna these dudes out here are not solid like that. They don't want to see penitentiary. And people talk that talk, but they just not like that. When that real pressure come, this is what they do. So not only do you got a war against the people you going against, you got to go against the internet. Because they're all going to work together to bring you down. It's just like right now. They keep Dirk slide. Dirk slide. Dirk slide for what? So y'all can have them right in the blogs. Oh yeah, Dirk slid. This is the last meal he ate before he went out on the leg. This is the colored boxers he had on. This was the school they stopped at over there. That was the come on, family, make it make sense. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Make it make sense. And I'm talking to these bloggers and shit now. This is why I waited before why y'all ain't keeping the same energy? Why y'all not staying on beat? See, over here on Israelite Talk TV, this is why you need to be locked in. We stay on track. We don't flip flop from case to case. I'm telling y'all right now, if Gotti and them get back for whoever had hey, it's what it is. This is how it is in the streets. Why are people trying to refashion and rebrand the streets? Y'all can talk all this stuff and this and that, but just don't touch anybody. No violence, this and that. We're going to put out all this. It's just like right now. Rick Ross talking this shit, right? Oh, Memphis, we need to put the guns down. Memphis, we need to put the guns down. How the hell can we put the guns down when y'all keep putting out all this music that the youth, because these are who? Young niggas, as they say, right? That's doing all of this stuff. Okay. How can you? It's just like you telling your child, oh, well, Santa Claus is bringing. How can you lie to your children and say Santa Claus is bringing this, and then your child go out there and say, well, Santa Claus bought me all of this stuff. People say, well, no, they didn't. Santa Claus didn't bring you that. Santa Claus don't even exist. But you just sit here and told all these lies. And when those kids believe that stuff, this is what's going on. They're believing this stuff that y'all rapping that's fantasies. Okay. This is what it is. And this is why we got to bust it wide open, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, so basically what happened is this, right? Let's start busting this down. The reason why the O Block 6 was found guilty is because the feds do what the feds do and they play dirty. They know that case is sloppy as hell. They know this. They never proved Rico, okay? Damn the murder. Just sit the death of LBG Duck to the side. Rico, they did not prove. Okay, because the original story was that Vaughn had 100K on Doug head, and for some reason, when all this stuff started, all that stuff disappeared, and this a whole nother story. Now it has to do with Teasy, his baby mama, and Duck, and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? He saw him down there, and he called. They did not prove that Vaughn had 100K on his head and this money was cashed out to these individuals. You see how they just flipped through the trial and came with something totally different than what the original story was? They never proved Rico. Okay. They're murdering all that. They never proved Rico. So you guys got to understand the reason why they found them guilty is because the government is not finna sit up here and allow men who they look as beneath them beat them in court when they actually got beat in court. Okay. What they're going to do now is they have to go now and they have to come back on appeal. And when they get in front of the appeal lawyers, some of that stuff is going to get turned over. Okay. Once the RICO is thrown out, then the life sentence and all of that stuff get thrown out. Okay. And see these bloggers, they never gone through none of that stuff. Listen, look at some of the what they had to say, the defendants, attorneys had to say in regards to the actual trial. Now let me pull this article up from the Sun Times, right? Let's get that added. All right, so this is the article right here, right? That was put out by Chicago Sun Times, right? Okay, now check this out, family. And let me highlight this so you guys can see it. Or you know what? Well, let's yeah, we could do this right here. It says lawyers for Turpin and Robinson both hammered on the fact that their clients aren't members of Oblock. And Turpin's lawyer, Patrick Boyle, argued there's no clear evidence showing Turpin made a fateful phone call that was drew the gunman to the Gold Coast neighborhood that day, prosecutors allege. Listen what it says right here. After jury selection began October 10th, the trial proceeded in fits and starts, all the while it played out on YouTube channels and highlighted the incendiary, and that word just pretty much means the explosive testimony of two gangbangers turned bloggers who sparred with the defense attorneys and created circus-like atmosphere in the courtroom. Um, Now, right here it says the U.S. District Judge Martha Paco rebuffed a mistrial motion stemming from an FBI agent testimony about a witness retaliation, but hasn't ruled on a call for a mistrial tied to the YouTuber's removal from the courtroom. And that's speaking about Mickey Truth. Okay, now check this out, fam. They will go on also to say that. Let me highlight this. Now, this is the defense. This is what they're saying. It says attorney for the 6 men charged in the rappers LBG Duck brazen killing call for a mistrial Wednesday while raising concerns over an FBI agent's testimony about alleged witness retaliation. Oh no, hold up. I'm on the wrong page. Hold on, right here. I'm tweaking. Okay, so right here. It says prosecutors allege Weekly's high-profile killing was part of a deadly years-long conflict between two Southside gang factions whose members boasted about their exploits and eliminating rivals through drill rap tracks and often name-drop specific victims. But in her closing arguments last week, the attorney for the lead defendant, Liggins, accused prosecutors of losing the ability to distinguish entertainment fantasy from reality, portraying the Southside rap culture as a lucrative entertainment business. Even Duck's diss track, Dead Bitches, which mocked Liggins' slain associates in Oblock gang faction and according to prosecutors led to his own fatal shooting, was good business for Weekly as well for his main rival, drill rapper King Von. Okay. And it says part of YouTube promotion is clickbait. That's what this is all about. Okay. And it goes on to say that and it was making them both rich. Gelati said, noting that Von was known for buying diamonds for his entire entourage, while on afternoons of his slaying, Weekly was shopping at the most exclusive and expensive streets in Chicago. Okay, so what I want you guys to understand, family, is that they already know that this case is just, you know what I'm saying, that it was a bad case. They even went on to say that check this out right here, family, because they went in, right? It said check this out. It says, although the shooters were wearing masks, several prosecution witnesses identified the defendants in the videos based largely on their clothing and other identifying features. Attorneys for the six defendants, however, said that none of the identifications were believable and that most of those witnesses were paid informants and YouTube opportunists who were lying either to save their own skin or to cash in on Weekly's killing. He said they were the worst witnesses I've ever been subjected to, said Turpin's attorney Mark Barnett, who called them alternately profane, disrespectful, and untruthful. They claimed to know everything about the underbelly of Chicago, but they had nothing to say about Ralph Turpin. Okay. So right here, now family, I want you guys to pay attention to something, right? What this lawyer just stated is that, and I didn't say that, he said it. He said that they let me blow this back up for you and just highlight this. Okay. They said the attorney for the six defendants, however, said none of the identifications were believable and that most of those witnesses were paid informants. So, what does that tell us? Now, we know that Trenches News took money, right? But they didn't just say Trenches News. It said most, meaning that there were several paid witnesses up there. Okay. There were several paid witnesses that made testimonies in this case. Okay. Because most is not just one person. Most is not one person. Yeah, Trenches News got paid, but he wasn't the only witness on there. Most, most. Okay. So they know that these people were paid for this information. Now, my whole thing with this whole ordeal, family, is like I just told y'all. They act like Duck was just an innocent bystander. Like he had nothing to do with this stuff, man. And it blows me how these bloggers knowing this stuff. We saw the back and forths on the internet with Duck and Von them. We saw this stuff. He's not innocent. You know what I'm saying? And for bloggers to sit up here and feel like it's okay to push street narratives and say, well, you got to keep street rules, this and that. And then when stuff like this happen, now it's just, oh, well, this is justice for Duck and this and that. If Duck was alive today, I don't think he would be he would be cool with what just happened with these guys. I would have to pull more to the side that and believe that Duck would rather that his guys, his gang slide and got to get back. Okay. Just like the other side got to get back, as they say, and vice versa. They say that they scored on them too. They didn't go to the police and say, oh, well, this person killed this person. They took care of the streets. They left it in the streets. And this should be the same thing. And let me say this. Shout out to the real ones on both sides. It's real ones on both sides. Okay. There's real ones on both sides, and these are the ones that I'm talking to because today it's the Oblock 6. Okay, they celebrate, they happy, and these are street bloggers. These are the street bloggers. He shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have did this and that. And I ain't gonna say this and that. Do y'all be seeing how they be on here when it comes down to certain situations? Oh, I ain't gonna speak on this and that. But then when it's a situation where they don't feel like they're gonna have any backlash, then they gonna speak on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like these people is messed up. This is why you need to be locked in here. Is like Talk TV, because I keep that shit asleep over here. Okay, they not saying the same thing that they're saying about LBG Duck about Big Juk. And if you're not gonna say the same thing, take that shit down. Don't try to blend in with the people that's keeping it asleep, that ain't bending and folding and standing on these same principles. Y'all changing from case to case. And I wish one of these bloggers would call my name. I'll pull their motherfucking portfolio up and crucify their ass. Just they fake as hell out here, man. Just they do anything for the clicks. Forget the clout. They do whatever for the clicks. And these supposed to be street bloggers. Which one is it? I don't want to hear y'all saying, well, no, they should have did this and that. Y'all do the same thing that y'all did with LBG Duck. Do the same thing with Big Jook. Don't have a change of heart. Oh, Big Jook shouldn't have did this. He knew they was this and that. This was done. This was da 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 da. Where's the justice for Big Jook at? They not screaming that because they know if they scream that, they gonna be in trouble, man. Straight like that, man. So the bottom line is that the government was too far invested in this case. They had to find them guilty because the thing that the government know is that a lot of times when these guys get to prison, they not gonna do the work they gotta do. And the work you gotta do is as soon as you get to the when they get down the penitentiary, they gotta get on top of their case, get in that law library because how this game work is the Fed's gonna find you guilty. They gonna make you fight to get back. So about time they get done with fighting, they may be down, 5, 10, 50, who knows, years. It just depends on what type of lawyers they got, how much work they're doing. But there's loopholes. And what it is when it gets to the appeals court, the appellate court, they're going to look at other similar cases like that where there were different judgments given. This is why you got to go find, basically, you got to get in the law library, find those cases. And then once you find those cases, then this is how you get back to court. And you can say, well, this court ruled and said that this was bogus because of this, and this is the same thing there. And then once they throw the RICO off, which they know they don't have any type of proof for RICO, then all of that stuff get thrown out, and then they, I don't want to overspeak, but they're gonna either let them out or they'll just go off of their background, their points, and then do stuff how it need to be done. You know what I'm saying? But you got to understand that see, people just looking at the murder case, they're saying that this murder was in furtherance of a RICO case. Okay, so you have to prove RICO racketeering. They don't have who's the leader, who's got the leadership role on the case. Okay, who are the people? Because if you say, okay, they had means and all this other stuff, and let's just say they say Vaughn was the head of leadership role. Vaughn never got that call according to Teasy. See, the Teasy element really messed the whole case up because they claim that the guy. Think about this, family. If the government, all this shit was so stupid and the government was so good, why did the government wait to come and arrest Teasy after they already had, when he's the main component? It's because they know they would have had to tell the real story, and then there's no RICO. This is why they did it like this. They used Vaughn to establish the RICO because they knew about his background and the stuff he rapped about and the things he got going on. And then what happened is that Vaughn died, and then D-Thing also died. See, y'all got to understand, if D-Thing would have been alive today, he'd have been locked up on that RICO case. And I could tell you that things would have been a little bit different, because you got to understand that if they charging these people with racketeering, they can't just get on there and come out with high priced lawyers and stuff like that. Now we know Muwap rap, you know what I'm saying? But at any rate, we got to understand D-Thing and Vaughn would have had top tier lawyers. A lot of that shit that they did, a lot of that shit wouldn't have been going on. You know what I'm saying? See, them public defenders, they're not finna fight for you like that. They're not finna do all that stuff for you. But you got to know that if this would have been a real RICO case where there was real money involved, this shit would have went a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff that you saw, it wouldn't have been happening. You know what I'm saying? I believe if Vaughn would have still been here, that none of that stuff would have happened. Because whenever you think about it, they really have no evidence on Vaughn. These are YouTubers that's saying that there's 100,000 bounty that was put on Duck. No witness came forward and said, I heard that there was a 100,000. I can confirm that. None of that was ever confirmed. So Vaughn would have never been locked up on this case. And if he was, he would have beat the case again, because there's no evidence tying him into anything outside of some blogger saying that there was 100,000 bounty put on Duck head. That was never proven in court. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I'm telling you, all of this shit would have been different if them dudes would have still been alive. So the feds was trying to get to Dirk and them, and they can't get to them. You know what I'm saying? Because people was in the feds area, man, they did this and that, and this is why the feds picked it up. And they know that. The feds weren't finna invest all that money. They done paid informants and did all of this stuff. You thought it was going to be something different than guilty? Come on, man. People got to be smart, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, and let me say this. Mama Duck didn't get justice because at the end of the day, this is the sad reality. and this is the point that I'm trying to make to all of y'all. Mama Duck didn't get justice because the old Block 6 are going to sit in the federal penitentiary, which is not owned by Mama Duck. The feds is finna make all this money off of those 6 as they sit in jail. Now, like I told you the path of how they can get back home through appeal and what they need to do when they get the penitentiary. Now, when they get the penitentiary, are they going to do that? That all boils down to them. Okay, it's all about how bad you want to get out of jail. But the point of the matter is that if they don't come back on appeal and they spend the rest of their life in jail, then Mama Duck ain't profiting off of that. The government not sending her no money for that. So it's a lose-lose situation on both ends. She lost her son, okay? And then the other brothers that's involved in the case that's in jail, now you just gonna give them to the government, and then the government is gonna profit off of them. Don't y'all understand that where they're going, that a lot of stuff that we use and stuff that go around the world is made in penitentiary? They're plantations for real. It's gonna be in that I forget what the name they call that stuff. I done been out the Fed so long, but when you doing good, you can go down there and work down there in those sweatshops. They pay you 150, 200 a month. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be good, no write-ups and stuff like that. I forgot what the name they call that stuff. But you go down there, you work, like you would work a regular job, and then they pay you. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I was an orderly. You know what I'm saying? I got paid $17 a month. $17 a month. I ain't want to work. I ain't trying to do nothing. I'm orderly. Didn't want to do that. But they're like, hey, you got to do something. All right, I'll be an orderly. You know what I mean? So Mama Duck didn't win. The plantation won. Because they going to sit in prison while the government make money off their back, and Mama Duck ain't getting none of that money. So it's just a lose-lose situation all around the board. You know what I'm saying? So, fam, I just wanted to kind of get on here today, man, and just kind of breathe on this thing, man, and kind of, speak to the real out there. The streets and all this stuff is over with. My message to Dirk, y'all send this to Dirk. My message to Dirk and them, forget the ops, leave them people alone. Don't say nothing else to these people and keep blackballing them. They don't deserve to be in the industry. Okay. And this proves why. All these people that's trying to get in the industry, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, and we can speak on this, okay? Because they talking about it. So right now it's breaking because Lil Reese said something, and then King Yellow responded to it and stuff about the celebrating. And they were celebrating and stuff like that. But you did a track with Boosie, but then look at you though. You helping you in these in here with these detectives to prefect on people. You know what I'm saying? But then y'all trying to get on. What is y'all message? Y'all want to push the peace, but then you know what I'm saying, when it's a perfect opportunity, let me drop a song with Boosie talking about these rats, knowing that you a rat. You know what I'm saying? We got to speak on this stuff, man, because these people are the people that's trying to direct our people, and they got to make their mind up. Do you want to be in this shit or you don't? I'm just saying. Y'all drop all this stuff, talk all this stuff, and then when the bells come out, we run to the police, man. I don't care what side you on, because there was people, and we saw the interviews of people from both sides, even on FBG side, that said, man, I ain't speaking on that. That shit bogus. We want to take the stand. We just leaving the street. We looking to just catch them or whatever the case may be. Those are street rules. It don't matter what side you playing on. Those are the rules. You know what I'm saying? When you play in the streets. Now, if you a civilian, then get out of the streets. Go in civilian mode. They can't do it, man. They can't do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, what's up? Jamil said Oblock murders will be back on the streets. Well, the thing about it, Jamal, this is the thing right here. It's not just for the O Block. It's not just the O Block 6. It's for everybody. Why ain't they saying the same thing now for Big Jook? Why don't they want everybody in jail that has something to do with Big Jook? You know what I'm saying? Why is the predominantly everybody's side with the real response how it's supposed to be? Why they not saying the same thing? Duck wasn't no honor student. Do I need to pull the lives up? Do I need to pull the music up? They were all doing the same thing. You can't take people that's doing the same exact thing and then favor one side and say, well, no, this is wrong, this and that, be because you favor one side. The rules is the same. I'm saying the same thing. The people that caught Juck, hey, Gotti, yeah, this is your chance to get your get back and do what you need to do. Now, if you don't get the get back or whatever the case may be, that's on him. But you pushing all this street stuff and talking this street stuff, but y'all not standing on it. So what are we doing? You can't say we need to stop the violence and doing this and that, but yeah, we got to push this stuff to make money and say all this stuff to make money. But then when somebody get killed, we need to stop the fight. It don't work like that. Y'all got to make y'all mind up. Either y'all want the violence of this street stuff or y'all don't, man. Ain't no in the middle, man. And I'm calling this shit out. I'm calling it out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm waiting. I want one blogger to say something, and I'm pulling a portfolio, and I'm gonna show their ass. Because the thing with these bloggers, what they're doing, they don't do for integrity. They do for a paycheck. If the story sound good, hey, let's run the headline. Not understanding because they so thirsty for the money, and what they do is for the money and not really for the integrity. They dropping this shit so fast, and they're like, damn, oh, I did say that. Oh, I did say that. Oh, I did say that. This is why you got to be locked in on Israelite Talk TV. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? Boss Queen said it's just a payday for the internet for bloggers. They make money off death and murders in the industry. Everybody getting their cut. Straight like that. Real talk. Now, listen. Now listen. Now, check this out. Everybody trying to have the hottest storyline. You got bloggers going at other bloggers over information. You ain't in this city. You ain't this and that. But they don't say this shit when TMZ and all these people that's not in these cities post all this stuff. When people send all them information and they break the stories and shit first, they don't say nothing to them about this stuff. But the bloggers, if they got a hotter, you know what I'm saying? Most the 90% of them is lying anyway. So if this lie sound better than this lie and this lie don't do good as that lie, then they mad at each other, man. This shit is crazy. I gotta speak on it, man. Keep It 100 said, nah, them guys are done. And this is the point that I'm trying to get to the real street niggas. Get out the way. Because today is Oblock 6. Tomorrow is you. These bloggers, they want to, and the thing that I hate, they put the federal government on this pedestal like they like that. Without these people and all this underhanded stuff going on, they wouldn't even been thinking about no LBG dub. They wouldn't have been able to solve the case because if nobody talked, you got to understand, without the people, they can't get nothing done. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, they stupid this and that. They listen. They saying that the Oblock 6 is stupid after all these bloggers done broke down every possible scenario, who the person was. Family, this is how, listen, family. Family, listen. I got to speak on this shit. I got to. These people, the internet, this is how vicious these people is. These people took that document. Remember when that document came out with Cooperator 1, Cooperator 2, Cooperator? They took that shit, they busted down, and they put all the pieces into the puzzle. This is him. This is so-and-so. This is so-and-so. So how you think, if you somebody that's in the streets that's really living it, how you think you can't beat that? The government is already dirty. Then you got the people, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna use these top tier bloggers to steer the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Because I could tell you this: if the internet was favoring the Oblock 6 and saying that they didn't do it, that they didn't do it and this and that, then it would have been a whole different verdict. But they use certain YouTubers to push certain narratives to steer the minds of the people in that direction, man. And it's straight like that. You know what I'm saying? And my message and my thing is, it's not just FBG Duck. What I'm saying is we got to make our minds up. It's either we want this stuff to stop or not. We can't play the 50. We can't want street justice down here in the situation with Dolph, but then up here when street justice is getting done, oh no, that was wrong. They shouldn't have did them like that. Then listen, family. I'm just sitting back listening to these tubers, right? And I'm laughing, right? You know what they saying now? Why would they do that? They shouldn't have did that boy like that down there, like that. When you trying to murder somebody, what you mean? What's the okay? You know what? I can't catch you doing none of these other times. I gotta get you when I can get you. This is the murder game, right? These dudes are not steppers. You know what I'm saying? But the murder game, I gotta get you when I can get you because you ain't outside like that. You ain't moving. You know what I'm saying? When you in war, you sitting still. So I gotta get you when I can get you. And I don't care where we at. If I can get you, you got. Oh man, they stupid. Why would they do that? I mean, how are you supposed to kill people? Hey, Duck, we got you. Hey, put your kids down. Take that down. Hey, take them home. You know what? Let's just go ahead, take your girl home, drop them off, do that, and then you just come with us. How you supposed to do it? This is called family. This is called tag. Catch you when I catch you. When you hear people say it's up, when it's up, it's on site. This is what that means. When I catch you, I catch you. You could be at the funeral like Big Jook. You could be in front of the county jail. You could be at the hospital visiting your mom. Wherever I catch you, you call. But these guys are street bloggers. They're, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm just saying, man. Tina said, did they get their sentence yet? No, not yet. They go back for sentencing back in August, later on this year, August, September. Man, listen what Boss Queen said. Slavery, not even enough to buy a pack of noodles, and they want to raise commissary so high to your family go broke trying to keep you alive. It's facts. Think about that. So listen, so family, let's make this make sense. You're gonna allow your children, because one of the statements that Mama Duck said was she congratulated the government and said basically she glad they're off the streets and no other families could be harmed like that. But why are we thanking the federal government for? This is the job of the parent. Why are we passing the job of the parent to the government? It's your job to raise your children. It kills me how parent, and we just got to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't just Mama Duck. I'm speaking about everybody in the ghettos around America. It's not the government job to raise your kids. That's your job. You can't pass your job off to somebody else and then stuff like this happen and we want justice. If Duck never did none of that stuff, was never on none of that stuff, I'll be the first one to say, hey, justice for Duck. Woo, 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 woo. Okay? That ain't justice for Duck. Justice for Duck would have been FBG members catching the people that's involved in this death and getting them back for what they did. That would have been justice. This ain't justice. These guys are going to the government. The government is getting ready to make all this money off of them while they sit in penitentiary. Okay. As I told you, a lot of products are made in prison. Do your research. So they're going to make all this money while you also, now they families got to send money in there to them so that they got commissary and food and stuff to eat while they own the plantation, making all this money for the federal government. See, we got to stop our people before we get to that point. All this, oh man, no, it's after the fact now. You know what I'm saying? Man, Jacob, wake up, man. These other hip hop bloggers are garbage. Shout out to my act, man. Come on, man. Shout out to the real, man. The real know what's up, man. Right here. Ebony, Ebony goes on to say, I'm a social worker. Government is taking people money for old debts, unpaid tickets, PPP loans, unemployment, making life harder for people. Yeah. Yeah. I try to explain to y'all. Y'all didn't want to hear, but it's a war going on. It's a big war going on, but people don't care nothing about that. So we just going, hey, I'm on the ship. I got to go down. I'm on the ship. I don't get to get off the ship and this and that. We as Israelites is one people. Ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? This is a we thing. You know what I'm saying? We. So so yeah, family. So this pretty much been the update today, man. Make sure you guys share this. Hopefully somebody can get something out of this message, man. But we just got to do better, man. We got to raise our kids better. And the thing right now, okay, And this is why I want you guys to share this video. We gotta get to the root cause of this whole ordeal, and it's time for us to start having the discussion. Okay, and here's the discussion: how can we say we want to stop all this killing and all this stuff that is being wrapped on these on the internet through these different rap labels and companies, but yet they still put the music out there that's causing the death and destruction. So which one is it? Do you want the money or do you really want to stop the violence? Because you can't have one without the other. The message has to change. If the message is not changing, the violence is not going to change. Okay? So it's time for us to have this discussion. And all these top rap people that sit in all these different places, like Rick Ross and stuff like that, send us to Rick Ross. Because these are the questions that they need to be asking these rappers when they in these interviews, and they don't do it. You know why? Because they're not looking to solve any problems. They're just looking to get paid. Hey, good album, man. This was good and this and that. But man, damn, what about the lyrics on there? You saying this, you know what I'm saying? See, rap ain't conscious anymore. It used to be conscious. It ain't conscious anymore. You know what I'm saying? People just saying whatever. And then when these Ricos and stuff come down, then people are like, damn, I said this. It's just what it is. So family, y'all stay safe out there. And I'm signing off here on Israelite Talk TV. Shalom.